What it do, bro? A whole nother premiere. We doing it again. You know, hashtag info community. You already know. Just trying to bring y'all the real, man. You know what I'm saying? I thank all of y'all for coming through. I thank all of y'all for listening. You know, this one gonna be short. The next one I'm gonna do gonna be short too. You know what I'm saying? But it's still got a lot of information in small clips. You know what I'm saying? This is about what the troops are really doing overseas. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of the wars, with a lot of the opium growing that's going on overseas, that's leading to the biggest opioid problem that we got over here in America. You know, you gotta understand that they grow the drugs out there and ship them here to make money. I don't know if I got it in here, but you know, Geraldo was asking the troop while they was overseas, and you can see the troops out in the, you know what I'm saying, out in the yard, you know what I'm saying, growing the drugs, right? So the troops say, hey, well, we growing these drugs and selling it to America, or selling it in America, so that the terrorists don't get it. And guess what, folks? This was on national TV, and nothing was done. I'm sitting up there looking at it like, don't that mean they selling drugs? Regardless, if you say I'm doing it so they don't get it, won't you just flush it down the drain or burn it? Why would you say, well, since we already got it, we might as well sell it and make money off of it? That's what they was telling them. That we sell it and make money off of it, basically. And this is on national TV. I'm sitting up here listening like, is you serious? So that's okay to do? Nobody bats an eye or nothing, right? You gotta understand, man, they can be over there dealing all kind of drugs, and it won't matter because they tell us what they want to, man. So, and then on top of that, you got like the Iranian bullets and stuff like that that they got that they using over there. Sometimes they using deadly ammo that was actually banned, and they're still using it. So I mean, I'm gonna let y'all see it though. We a Jew, she a Jew, we some Jews. Wouldn't you like to be a Jew too? Only if you're in the bloodline. And hold on, let me explain that to you, man, because I know a lot of people might hear that and think that, oh, he thinks he's a Jew. Look, I feel like I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Like I said, I don't knock what anybody else believe in, but I believe I'm a Hebrew Israelite, which I feel like we are the real Jews. But, you know, you got the fake ones out there that made us look bad. That's just my opinion. That's what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I started off a lot of my videos like that. You know what I'm saying? And to be the Jew that I'm talking about, you got to be in the bloodline. So, you know, yeah, I was dropping gems on the intro. But let's go.
With the help of a few doctors, we've started to investigate. And we discovered that depleted uranium is responsible for these deformities and cancer. Children, cancers, bone cancers, brain tumors, and they can't get any medical care. They may get a treatment today, but not tomorrow because there's nothing coming in. And one Iraqi mother asked me to take her child back to get medical care for it. It broke my heart because we can't even get medical care here in the United States for ourselves. And yet we're the leading nation in modern technology. We use a sophisticated weapon system. We created now a sophisticated illness. But we have no sophisticated means to take care of this.
You know, something that make you think. Is that the reason why they give these places where they bomb at money to this day on the damage that they did, so they won't come out and say nothing? Because the damage that they did is not just blowing up a couple buildings. The damage that they did was leaving poisons and shit around that got into bloodstreams and led to a bunch of deformities from a couple generations. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there right now having kids that's probably still deformed. Real shit. That's how powerful the chemicals is behind the weaponry that we're using, man. You know what I'm saying? Uranium, yeah, that's hella toxic. That ain't nothing that look. Now hold on, I'm gonna let them go.
4 days after the 1998 conference on depleted uranium, the Allies once again began bombing Baghdad. The Vatican's Father Benjamin was there. En décembre 98, j'étais à Bagdad. In December 98, I was in Baghdad, where we filmed the bombing from the Al Rashid Hotel. Le souffle nous a posté. The impact threw us against the wall, but I managed to save the camera. Come on! Allez, come on! Where's Emmy? The next day, we visited the bomb sites along with a number of foreigners who hadn't had time to leave, including 2 Germans. The 2 Germans on December 20th collected a missile fragment, which they then had analyzed in Germany. And this fragment was found to be radioactive. So, not only had DU been deployed during the Gulf War, but 9 years later, the Allies were still using it in the bombing of civilian areas. In fact, throughout the shelling of the Balkans, Iraq was being bombarded 2 or 3 times a week. There have been more than 300 deaths as a result, but the world media has had very little to say about it.
We're very suspicious of the Iraqi claims. We do know that in the 1994 timeframe, Iraq instructed their embassies to go on an information campaign attacking depleted uranium and downplaying the possibilities of any adverse effect from the use of chemicals.
If we want to help the people in Iraq, they're reporting increased incidences of diseases and birth defects. If we really want to help those people, the best thing that we can do is focus on what the science tells us.
See, I need to find the one I got where I did about where a lot of troops was going over there raping them little girls, but they wasn't reporting it in our news because they didn't want to tell y'all what was really going on overseas. Like, this is what y'all don't understand. It's a lot of stuff that go on overseas that you will probably never know. Even people that's been there probably ain't gonna come back and tell you, because once you didn't get that deep into the military system, you already brainwashed into what they tell you. It's beat into you, basically. It's like another form of slavery, like how they made you pick cotton. You go into that damn army, they're gonna make you be a machine. More of a machine than what you is. They're gonna analyze your brain. Know what I'm saying? So a lot of these troops ain't gonna say nothing because shit. And then on top of that, a lot of them like their pension. A lot of them like that money. They not gonna interrupt that money because they know they say something, you cut the fuck off. You did all this for no reason.
The causes. The science says it is
Well, in their eyes. In my eyes, you is doing it for a reason. You standing up for something.
very unlikely that depleted uranium is causing this. It is very, very unlikely. These are natural diseases that unfortunately occur throughout the population. And just again, I'll get back to the common sense thing. We've got places where the natural uranium is very, very high and where it's very, very low. And we just don't see these sorts of things.
And yet these congenital deformities are also found in the offspring of American veterans. In 1994, Life magazine made it their cover story. But strangely enough, no serious study ever followed analyzing how widespread these deformities actually were. Professor Sigvard Horst Gunther, a German epidemiologist and an old colleague of Dr. Albert.
But let me ask you a question, though. Do you think that if they was bombing over here with them same weapons, that we would be having the same problem too to this day? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. I don't think they was having deformities like that before we start bombing over there.
Schweitzer tried to make some sense out of these deformities.
Gulf War veteran families are giving birth to children with no eyes, no arms, no feet. They have trouble with the blood and also respiratory problems. Well, if you compare this, you see this Iraqi child has only hands, crippled legs. And this is a child from the United States. They have only the hands like this one and no legs at all. Similar to this. Similar situation. These children are very intelligent, but you see, and it costs a lot of money for the parents, you see, to give some education to these children.
American law prohibits soldiers from suing the government for harm suffered during military service. After the Gulf War, this law was extended to include the harm suffered by family members. Is this why soldiers on active duty won't talk to the media?
If they speak out,
Told you.
who's going to provide medical care for their children anymore? Most soldiers that have children that are deformed like this have to stay in the military so that they can get medical care for their children. If they continue
Holding them hostage.
to speak out against the one that feeds them, they won't get any benefits. It's very hard. As soon as you start to make noise and you complain, you lose your benefits. So a man that has a child that is deformed, if he gets out of the army, what kind of job is he going to get that's going to take care of his child medically? Child has a pre-existing disease. No one's going to insure that child.
The Department of Defense has the clear intent of using depleted uranium ammunition. The United States military wants to manufacture more of it and sell more of it to help their war machine.
The sale of DU munitions is not limited to American companies. It's now a staple of the global arms business. Here we have Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid shopping. He's come to inaugurate the Dubai Air Show with the son of Syrian President Hafez Assad. All the major arms players are here. Many of the munition systems for sale in this room use, among other materials, depleted uranium. But when we ask more specific questions,
Side note, did y'all know Drake was Iranian? Nah, just playing.
most of the dealers chose not to talk about it. No, I don't know about that.
I'm not qualified to talk about that.
It's not nuclear, or I would know. Here, Kosovo and the Gulf War are good publicity for the combat-tested readiness of these new arms systems. Since the Gulf War, depleted uranium has been used for surgical strikes in Bosnia in 1995 and in Serbia and Kosovo in 1999. This is the prime delivery platform for depleted uranium ordnance used throughout the war in Kosovo, the U.S. Army's A-10 tank buster.
What up with it, man? It's your boy. Well, we're gonna cut out that part. That's where I came in and talk like I'm doing right now. Thank y'all for coming through to this premiere, first of all. Second of all, as you see, man, the government is doing all kind of sneaky shit in the process of what they regularly do. Okay, would nobody think that they would be using weaponry that would cause things like this, but they are. And you don't know because you're not in it. And even if you're in it, like they said, you can't say nothing. Because you say something, then they're going to do more than take your pension. That's just what they saying. You fuck around and end up dead somewhere. You'd have been and just killed yourself out of nowhere. You know, like they said, Gary Webb shot himself twice in the head. That can happen to anybody. Right? So, I just need y'all to understand that the government that y'all withhold to be the best people in the world, like Pastor Dow said the other day, is committing the same crimes over here to us that they doing overseas. And they are committing crimes overseas. So they're not as good as what you think they are. Why would you think they would harm all these people overseas but treat us like gold? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to understand what's going on. Anyway, it's your boy D. I hope through all this, people got some information. That's all I'm doing it for. Anyway, it's your boy D, man. I'm signing out. Remember, if you ain't getting knowledge, you ain't getting nothing. I'll crew this.